Howdy again, everybody. Day 3 of my 25 days of Christmas. And today's focus is on what I wanted to do, what I wanted to make these all for. Needed some inclusions because I'm going to be making ornaments. I have the 3 different sizes. There's the little, they like to roll away a lot, the medium, and the large. And that's not even the large. You'll see that in the future. Okay, now before I begin with these though, I have to make my own style of Mod Podge. Homemade, does real well, no huge expense. I don't use a lot of that kind of thing, so I make it myself. And it contains Elmer's glue wall. It dries absolutely clear, and it's of course non-toxic and no flame. And I put half, whoa, boy, I thought that was going to be a little bit thicker than that. That's hilarious, don't you think? Alright, let's see if I can get past the glue mess here. Okay, scrape that off a little bit. Grab a paper towel. Or napkin. I do wish these came with spouts to them, and to prevent it ever drying out, you push it all the way up to the top like that and have it sit there while you cap it. Okay, the next is I have about half of this little container full of the glue now. So the next is you want some water. I use filtered water so that there's no real bad impurities. And yes, it is 99.9% filtered for all impurities. And then I put about half more of water. And I like a little added extra to it. And this is varnish. It is satin, but it also dries clear. And you just add a squirt. Just a little bit. Of course, cap it off as fast as you can. Don't want anything drying out. Now you just take something to stir it with. I'm just using the end of a micro brush. Stir it like you would when you're stirring eggs up for scrambles. And you want to go back and forth with it, of course. And you want to make sure it gets completely mixed. Now, of course, as I said, I do not use this kind of product often. So I have to have a way to store it. And this is just a little, I believe this is a 2-ounce squeeze bottle. So what I've made right here will fill that about halfway. And unfortunately, this process has to be done before I get to the good stuff. Ornament making. So what I'll do is I will pause you, finish stirring this, and get it poured into the bottle. I thought I'd better show you me pouring it into the bottle so that you could see what kind of thickness this is. If I can get that to show. I'm going to try to pour slow enough. As you can see, it is very thin. Now once it's in the bottle, I shake it just to make sure everything is incorporated well. And yes, I go slow so that I am not having to clean up huge messes, because it's me. Huge messes are my specialty. Of course, I try to get every little drop I can. Alright, now I just cap that. If I can find the cap, there it is. Now these bottles here, they do have the gasket in them. And you do want something with a gasket. And do not believe that this right here will keep it from going on the inside of the cap. So just take it and shake it. If you don't want the glue on your hands, use a paper towel or something between your finger and the nozzle. Now, as I'm going to be using this, now that it's completely mixed, get the napkin over here. Always gotta wipe my fingers off. I'm going to bring this little thing back over. This is why I did not throw it out. And I, of course, will wipe that off and reuse it. But we're going to pour just a little bit of this back into this little cup. It volcanoed, of course. Always happens when you have air pressure behind it. Cap that back off. And now we get to begin. I'm going to be using this little brush, or I may choose to use a wider one, probably a wider one. So I have these new brushes I just got. They're not extremely wide, they're more like for nail art. But they do have a fan brush in here. And that's the one I will be using. Of course, there will be glitter. And let me put some things away so I don't knock everything over and have to play cleanup. I'll be right back. Alright, as you can see, I brought out some glitters. And we're going to start with the big one. And I'm going to move these down a little bit because I want to show you that some of these cannot be used in these sizes here. And I'm just going to place that. Oh, that one actually can. That's awesome. I might have to do something about that, because that's really pretty. I like that. So if we put it in there, sorry about all the glare. if we put that in there. That would be really awesome to see. So I would have to drill a hole through one of these and through here, but I don't have any clear threading at this time, so no fishing line, nothing like that, so I won't be able to do that at this point. So anyway, so we're going to get on to what I am going to be doing. Maybe later on I'll have that whole situation solved. And now I'm just dipping my brush in this, and I'm going to paint the inside with the glue mix. I know a lot of people just roll it around, but I'm a painter, and this satisfies me. Okay, I set the brush down, choose the glitter I want. Oops, I see a couple spaces missed. These little guys are slippery, by the way, just to let y'all know. That can absolutely drive you nuts. Make sure it's all painted. There's one piece that just doesn't want to, so we'll try to get it as fast as we can. This large one, I'm wanting to do blues and whites and greens, so first off we're going to put the white in. And then we're just going to roll it around as we go. Having a shaker would be nice. Okay, I got as much white in as I wanted on that side. Go ahead and cap this off. And this one just a little bit of blue, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick a brush in there. Get some on the brush, and then we're just going to tap it. Boy, that one area just does not want to stay coated. Which is all right. That's the bottom, and that's where part of the inclusions are going. Alright, let me get my swisher pad here. Switching sponge. They call it a switching sponge so that you can clean your brushes and be able to reuse them quickly. Okay, let's close up that blue. Now, of course, we want a winter type scene. We know that this pickup is way too large to fit in the large, so the pickup gets moved out of the way. Now, I'm not too sure about the snowflakes, so I'm going to move one aside and that aside. Sorry about hiccups, but it looks like the snowflake will go in it. Wow, I seriously have some hiccups. Okay, and this little guy, actually, from the last video, when I pressed it together and put it in the bag to finish curing, it stuck together. But, as you can see, still two separate parts. It won't stick together now. I'll have to glue it if I want it to stay together, but pretty awesome. I do know that the pickup will fit in the large, but I don't know if it'll fit. Nope, won't fit in the medium. Okay, let's get these others coated real fast. I think before I do that though, real quick, I'm going to instead get some alcohol to try to clean that bulb and see if that helps. Because I think there's something inside the one. So we'll just make sure that there's nothing inside this one. Small little spritz. A wipe around with a baby wipe. And it's a dry baby wipe. I did leave this out to dry. Okay, so it's now cleaned out. And alcohol, the 99%, dissipates very quickly. So we can get right to painting this guy. It's not the best of a brush, I'll tell you that. It has the tendency to and the half you want to do this in first. Uh-oh, I not got the wrong half. Oh, of course. Is the side that does not have the outside ridge. Okay, we're going to put red and gold together. And this time I'll do the brush method again, because these are much smaller orbs. And just, yes, lightly tap. And of course you want them to dry completely before anything else. Yeah, it seems like there's a little bit still of a problem there. Okay, I got the red in. Okay, let's get that glitter cleaned off of that one. Let's do the gold. Get the brush cleaned off. Get some Kappa going. And now we want to do the little one. So I'm going to place this one over here. And we'll coat this one real fast. Oops, I almost forgot to clean it, didn't I? A little bit of alcohol and a baby wipe. Looks like I have the wrong side with this one too. But that's alright. We'll just do it anyway. Now remember, the thinner you can get this, the better. I will be repeating both sides as this right here. They will all get their coating. Okay. But of course I will not put you through all of that. Now remember, the smaller the item, the smaller amounts you need. Okay. I'm satisfied with what's gone in there now. Those are to dry. And then I'm going to put you on pause and go ahead and do the other halves. Back in a second. Alright, it's taken me a while to get back to doing this. Somehow I don't know, I lost my mojo or something. Or, almost lost interest in doing it. But I do continue with what I do and try to get it all finished. I don't know how much the first part of this video has run, because I did have to cut it off halfway and did the Temu haul in between. So this is why this one will be up on the 28th. So trying to get my mojo back. So I'm going to just plow in, do what needs to be done, and hope that works. I do plan on using maybe one or two of these pieces inside these globes, the ornaments. I did do a mistake. I had a little problem, an issue, that I ended up using the wrong varnish. So this is not clear. It is frosted. And I figure this now is just fine, because I'm leaving the front clear. I have taped this one down because I'm going to be using some UV resin, and I will be UV resining things into these. This little penguin is so adorable. I love how it came out frosted looking, and it's just one of those things I'm going to be doing now. So I've chosen to put it with UV resin on the inside of the clear side, and then I will be putting some of this fake snow. Okay, I put the lamp right in front of it. How about that, dirt? Okay. It's got a little bit of iridescence to it. Very pretty stuff. I'll put this where I can reach it now. Okay. Get this out of the way here. And so the only way to begin now is just to begin. So I have to figure out a way to hold this without letting it drop while the resin sets. The only way I can think of to do that is possibly with my tweezers, but then they won't get a large enough bite on this. I did readjust where my camera is now so that it is straight up and down directly above my work area. It needed to be. I'm still looking for my tweezers. I just did all of this and now I can't find them. Oh my goodness. I cannot believe that. Oh, I can too. It is me. Alright, they're not in that container. Alright, well, I guess I'm just going to have to figure this out. Maybe I'll just grab a stick and tape that onto it. Let's see if that works. But then that's going to suppose that I actually am steady enough to hold it without it falling over. So the only way I can think of is to put the tape on the penguin first. Then on the stick, and see if that will work holding it. I sure hope so. Alright, so I'm going to get some resin poured on there, doing the UV resin. Works better than some glues, and quicker than some glues. Now I don't know how much to really put on, and I hope it doesn't slide down while I'm doing this so that the penguin can sit right into it. If I have to do it a couple of times, I will. Alright, I'm going to get my lamp. Oh, I forgot to turn on the power for it. Okay, I'm going to get my lamp over here. And I'm going to have to turn it on first, everybody. Sorry. Get it over here again. And hopefully get this cured. Whoa, whoa, whoa. There we go. That might work. I'm going to turn it sort of sideways here. And I'll try to shield your eyes from it. Just like I got to shield mine. It's going on a 1 minute, so when it's done, I'll go ahead and build a little bit more UV resin into it. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pause you, and I'll build the UV resin up to make sure that it is stable in there. Back in a second. That was more of a chore than I thought it was going to be. The little penguin just didn't want to stay in place while I was trying to get him to get together there. Alright, so I have also thought maybe to put a gift in with him, but there's no way to do that now. I should have done that before I put him in. The only way I could do it is just to drop it in there on top of the fake snow. So let's get some fake snow into there. Now the problem with that is how much to put in. I'm going to use this one I used for the gluing. Oops, sorry. See now, I moved my camera. I don't know where anything is anymore. So I'm just going to scoop a little bit up into that. Throw some in here. Now I'm just going to seal this with the UV resin. Oh, crud, Mars. Anyway, the idea will be to have that snow in there like that and be able to turn it up. And that will hide any of the UV resin. I just needed to know how much snow. So I think maybe a little bit more than what I just poured out would be beneficial. So let's put just a little bit more in. Whoa, I said little. Nothing ever goes middle. Okay, so I got the pretty snow. I got the penna going. And I think any other items would actually just get lost in there. So the idea is to now put this close to each other and go ahead and throw on some UV resin real fast. And over here, over here. I know you don't like your hands in the way, but okay. We're going to do this kind of like you would regular glue all type of stuff. We're going to throw that down in there. I'm just going to put some just on the inside of the ridge here. Slippery little guy, I'm telling you. Alright, we're going to cap that back up real fast. And I'm going to take this and just spread that around in there. And we'll cap it with the penguin. Okay. Get this positioned so that this will go better. And then kind of twist a little bit to help spread some more. Get it lined up and pop it together. Now you don't want to resin yourself, so make sure the resin is off of there. And then I have to decide on if I want, okay, so that's not the start of it. Should I go ahead and put this, UV resin this, to the outside? I think that would be kind of pretty. Alright, I'm going to pause you while I find the real end to this. Be right back. It was actually the real end, it just wasn't, it was laced underneath one of the other areas. So I was kind of thinking it needs a pretty hanger. Maybe if I can thread 2 parts through there, maybe, just maybe, huh? So let's give it a try. I don't think I'm going to be able to thread it through there. Oh, heck no. Okay, so we're just going to UV this on real fast. Let me get a little dish to put some of the UV resin in. Alright, I think that should be enough. I will put a little bit extra in because I do have to do 2 more globes. Okay. So let's determine the length I need. Might be cute with a little bow up there as well. Let's see, so if I did that, I would need just a little bit more off of here. Well, that didn't cut very well, did it? Hope it's not the scissors. Just got those. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cure this first. Let me get my other resin out of the way here, so I'm not curing it. I'll do this side and I'll do the other side, so I'm going to let you go on pause again and be back as soon as it's cured. Okay, so this is how he's come out. I'll try to get somewhat closer, try to get it to focus in, and I think just the right amount of snow made it in there. Alright, give me a moment, I'll be right back. Alright, now comes the decision of what goes into this one. I was thinking Christmas tree without the cat hair. What do you all think? A Christmas tree and a gift? I think that one would be way too large. Let me throw some of these out here. Now we've got a small red and a small yellow. And I can set the tree further forward, that the gifts would have to go in first. So this is where I do need my tweezers. So I'm going to go on a search for them real quick. Now it's going to get a little bit noisy. My dogs are coming in from outdoors, and my husband's about ready to go to bed. So what I'm going to do is, this is the UV resin I poured into here for helping to set things. I'm going to have to stick it somewhere where I can block the light from it. Don't know how I'm going to do that right now exactly. I'm figuring it out. But I need to have it where I can dip and block at the same time. Isn't that strange? So I'm going to put that like that. I'm going to grab a hold of a red and yellow gift. Red one first. And I'm going to set it into the front a little bit so that the tree sits behind it. Of course, it's flat and this is round, so I want to balance it. I'm going to go ahead and pull its top out of the way, or its back, I should say. I'm going to balance it so that it sits upright with the resin, and that way the snow can kind of get under it a little bit. So I'm going to bring my light over a little closer. Unfortunately, I still need to get batteries for my spot flashlight. Maybe I need to, here, I've got a better way of blocking the resin. Give me one moment here. It'll be off camera, sorry everybody, but you gotta protect the UV resin. Excuse the frog in the throat. So I'm going to start the light first. I'm going to dip my package into the resin there. I'll get my package situated a little bit and get it under the light as much as I can. And that's probably not working so greatly. It's starting to stick a little bit. But my tweezers decided to untweeze a little bit and slip. So I'm going to take them a little bit more at an angle. See if that resin's still sticky enough. Oh, for Pete's sake. Maybe I need to bring it in from the opposite side. Let's give that a try. Let me turn this back to where it was before. Alright, dip one more time. It'll definitely have a good build-up, won't it? So I'm just going to put it under there as well as I can. Try to get it to stabilize and stick first. There we go. Alright, I'm going to finish getting that one stabilized, and I'll get the yellow one in, and I'll be right back. Okay, this is what I managed. I'm sorry about all the light glaring, but as you can tell, some of the UV resin is on the face of the globe. Couldn't help it. It kept slipping on me. And yes, there's a gloopy glob of it in there, but that'll be hidden by the fake snow. So let's go ahead and put a little bit in there. We don't want too much because of the size of the globe itself. Let's get its back first. Put that in there. And that should be plenty. So I'm going to go ahead and put the UV resin along the rim and seal it up. We're going to use the swabby end. Oh crud, I can't do that. I had alcohol on that one. It might have dried by now, but okay. It's one of those times when I'm just going to have my issues. I'm going to hope that this one doesn't slide out of my hands. Okay. Inside rim. I can feel it trying to slide out of my hands right now. And after I get all three together, I'll put the finishing touches on. Alright. Let's go ahead. I'm going to toss that one away so I don't make that mistake again. Get this turned over. Get it lined up. Pop it together. And back to the UV light. So I'm going to pause you again while that gets done. Alright, that's how this one has come out. Let's see if it'll focus in. I might have to start using my AI camera. So not too bad. But it's not quite finished yet either. It needs its embellishment, which will come after the little globe. So I have been sitting here wondering which item should be the main focus. And I am definitely thinking that it's either a sleigh and that one is not a full sleigh. This one is not a full sleigh. They both ended up with the rear part missing off of it. But this one's in better condition than this one. And then I have the thought of the blue reindeer. They'll both fit nicely in there. So now comes the decision on how to put or what to put. So I am thinking I am stuck on putting the reindeer in. But which way? I think that way so it's facing well the other way. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get it set in there. There are two other reindeer, which are these. But I don't know, I don't like that one as much as I like this one. So that's what I'm going to do, is put that one in. Okay, I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, I decided to make the reindeer a little bit different. I put him at the top. I was trying to decide if Santa's sleigh could go in there as well, but it can't. I could put it in the other half so it sits back away a little bit, but then it's not very viewable. So, nope, that won't work. And then I thought about the itty bitty little penguin, and I don't think that would work either. So I think I'm going to leave the deer just as it is. I'm going to turn it over real quick, get some snow into its background. These are some really large flakes of snow stuff, and I do mean large. So I'm going to put just a little bit more in. See, that's just too large a chunk going in. There we go. If I had the time, I'd probably pick through all of this and get only the smaller chunks, but I don't. So I'm going to go ahead and let's get some resin put on the inside of there. Move that down away from there. And of course I will have to figure out the outside embellishment. And I think I have it figured out, so we'll see how it goes. Well, that'll be stuck to one of the other pieces, won't it? Alright, I think I got it covered enough. So, time to get started again on the light. I'll pause you and I'll be back. Okay, I did get 2 of them finished. So the reindeer is finished. I put a bow on the bottom because if I put it on the top, well, it would have just hidden the deer. And so yes, it'll just hang. I'll try to get pictures before I upload. And then I got the penguin. I'm not sure if I got the bow in just the proper place, but there he is. And now I'm going to finish off the tree and presents. And so I'm just going to go ahead and pop this on here like this. This is just some twine I had before and never used on anything. And so you just make a knot on however long you think you're going to need your hanger. Of course, you can use regular Christmas tree hangers as well. Go ahead and cut off the excess. leaving some there for the pull. And only one thing left to do with this one, and that's to decide to put a bow on, and I think I shall. So I will go ahead and put this bow on real fast and be right back. Alright, all three are done. We have the penguin. I think I like him most of all. The one I just finished up, the Christmas tree and gifts. Would have been better had I not lost UV resin down the inside and didn't realize it before it was cured. This ended up with a snowflake type of thing at the top here. And the precious little deer. And I think next time if I do something like this, that hole that's at the bottom, I'm going to attach a snowflake to it. Alright, that's video 3 done of the 25 days of Christmas, 22 days left to go. Thank you all for watching and putting up with as long as this became. As I said, I don't know how long the first part of this ran. I will find out what the total is once I put both parts together. If you liked the video, thumbs up. Thank you to all my subscribers and my new subscribers. You guys are awesome. Please make a comment down below on anything. Which one you like the best would be a good idea of how I proceed in the future. If you haven't subscribed yet, awesome, that's okay, but please consider doing so you'll get notifications for the next 22 videos. There will of course be a Temu haul or two in between, and then we will of course approach Christmas, and the 25th video for Christmas is going to be extra special, everyone. I am going to be working on it off and on until Christmas, and I do want to try to get these all released beforehand, but you know, things happen in life and sometimes we lose our mojo. So also consider sharing. You guys are great. Thanks very much for stopping by.